Morning guys, it's 7 a.m. We are here at the train station in Rome. We had a very early start to be off on a weekend adventure. We're quite tired, we had a late night, but it's gonna be worth it. We're quite excited. We are taking a train to a city called Spello to start a hike until the city of Assisi, historical city of Assisi, which is famous for being the birthplace of Saint Francis of Assisi. And it's quite cool because it will be a hike of about 15 kilometers. We expect to do it in about 6 hours. And it should be up and down the hills, passing by historical sites and beautiful landscape. So we are in our first stop, a little beautiful medieval town called Spello. This is where the train dropped us, and it's also the starting point of the trail. So from here we have 17 kilometers ahead of hiking. Shouldn't be too much of a difficult hike. We're gonna go about 1,000 meters up and down, but smoothly and with beautiful landscape ahead, so this should be fun. So we just reached our first landmark. Here, as you can see, in the blue and yellow sign is the official start of the trail. Up until now we were just following the indications of a blog, and we're kind of going around this farm and walking around gravel paths. But now we managed to find the start of the trail officially. Apparently this is also part of an ancient trail that Saint Francis himself used to do while walking around the area when he was still starting his preachings. So we climbed about halfway now. We've been walking for more or less 4 hours and reached 1,200 meters up the hills. And we found this amazing spot for lunch. The view is not bad at all. So we're gonna do a quick stop here. We still have about, we estimate 4 hours to get to Assisi. And for now, I think we're gonna start passing by some monuments as well. So far, it's been really nature. And 6.5 hours later, we can finally see Assisi. I couldn't be happier because we are exhausted. It's been a lot of walking up and down. It was actually a little bit harder than I expected. I can't even talk anymore. But the city looks beautiful behind us. I'm excited to go in, to finally get some food and some rest, and then explore the city tomorrow. It is Sunday, day 2 of our weekend in Umbria, and we're having a late start today. Yesterday we were so tired. We went for a very nice meal, had a lot to eat. It was quite good, a bit heavy, you know, typical countryside food with lots of pasta. They do this traditional type of long gnocchi here with spinach and cheese. It was very good, followed by a lot of meat on the grill, and of course good countryside wine. The house wine here is always nice. So as the weather is also not great, it was actually raining a lot this morning. We just relaxed a bit and now we had breakfast and I'm going to start exploring the city of Assisi. This historical city has many interesting sights to see. Here behind me, for instance, is an old Roman temple converted into church. This is the main city square. There's a lot of tourists around, so you're going to be joining the mobs and just walk and see what it has to offer. Alright, so now we are in front of the Basilica of St. Francis, San Francesco di Assisi. This is of course the most important site in the city. It's a huge basilica built a long time ago in the 1200s, so it's very old and contains a lot of important things inside, including frescoes and paintings and etc. But of course the most important of them is the burial site of St. Francis himself. He's buried in a crypt below in the basilica, and that explains a bit the huge crowds that gather to go inside every day. But it's also amazing just the whole landscape of where this is, overlooking the whole valley. It seems like everything kind of converges into the church and creates a very cool atmosphere in this square. So we climbed up the hill to see the Rocca Maggiore, which is this huge medieval fortress that overlooks the whole valley of Assisi. As you can see, it's a very old building, built in the 1300s. Nowadays it's more like a ruin, and there's a museum inside, which is not really worth it. The cool part is really outside here, where you can see the view is one. What did you think inside, guys? Was it worth it? No. So the coolest part is really to see the view out here and to try to imagine back in the day what this place must have been, you know, a defense of the city. And it also offers one of the best views of Assisi. You can see the whole city down there in the valley. It's great. So it's a wrap for our weekend in Assisi. We are already at the train station waiting for the train that is going to take us back to Rome. It's been a very calm afternoon just strolling around the city, but we had an amazing lunch, really great food, I think, and even better than last night. Great starters with typical bruschetta from the region, then a very nice pasta, and then a very nice octopus dish, which is very unusual for this region because we are more in the mountains, so it's more common to get salami and meat and all that stuff. Really nice though, get us filled, and then we had energy to just walk the rest of the city for the whole afternoon. Assisi is really a nice place. I think one of the nicest towns that you can go for a weekend away from Rome. Very easy to get to, 2 hours only. Incredibly well preserved. The city is sparkling clean. Seems like it was constructed yesterday, even though it has over 2,000 years of history. So we had a really great time. Now going back to Rome, but would love to come back here another time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do come to Assisi, let us know about your experience, and if you ever need any tip, drop us a line.
Get the